everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I am happy to see you. And before we get started, remember, if you like this video, thumbs up. And if you like me and my channel, subscribe. Anyway, so moving on. You guys might hear a little bit of background noise. There's people cutting the grass. There's somebody working on the house today. So it may be a bit noisy. I'm hoping because I'm mic'd up, you can mostly hear me, but if not, I will project. So today I thought I'd go over 5 things everybody learns living in Los Angeles. I have lived in multiple cities, as you guys probably already know, and I have learned great lessons in each one. And if you live in Los Angeles and you agree or disagree with them, comment below. I want to hear your opinion. Okay, let's get started. The first thing you learn living in LA is to get real zen with traffic. That's right. There is nowhere you can go without hitting traffic. If it's between the hours of 3 and 7, you will hit traffic. So going even 10 miles will be a 30-minute drive. It is absolutely infuriating when you first move there, but at some point you kind of just gotta let go and give in. You always have to be mindful of the traffic and leave way earlier than you think you have to. Like, there were times where if I had a 5 o'clock meeting, I would leave like 2 hours earlier and get there basically like 45 minutes early, but because if I left with the appropriate amount of time, I would end up being like 45 minutes late. So that is one of the little rules of Los Angeles. A few key items is always having good playlists, having good meditations and podcasts, and just kind of accepting that this is the way, and taking your time in the car as like you time, and being like, I'm gonna sing my heart out. I had like a really long day at work, so I'm just gonna sing and enjoy myself. So la 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 la. So you're just like, California girls, unconverted, Daisy Dukes, bikinis on top, sun-kissed skin so hot, we'll melt your popsicle. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yep, that's what you do in the car in LA. And just ignore the cars around you, so then you don't get weird looks. And that is the first thing you learn about living in LA. The next thing that you definitely learn living in LA is you have no time for shitty friends. This kind of actually has to do with the traffic thing, but because LA is so sprawled out, if I had a friend who lived in Silver Lake, which is all still part of LA, it would take me about 45 minutes to get there without traffic. So adding in traffic, it could take easily 2 hours just to go see my friend, who actually wasn't that far away. Because everyone's so sprawled out, you kind of have to pick and choose who you really want to spend time with. So if you have a friend who's not a very good one, you kind of start to root them out, because, you know, your time is precious, and you don't really want to spend your time with someone who makes you feel like crap, or bails on you, or doesn't treat you right. I would say that is one of the biggest lessons that I've learned in LA. Don't be afraid to just cut people out. Don't be afraid to know who is really a true friend and who isn't a true friend. And LA is a very ambitious city, so there are a lot of people who are willing to stab you in the back if it means that it gets them just a teeny bit closer. So you definitely learn that quickly, and like I said, your time is precious. Don't waste your time on people who are not very nice to you. Number 3, health is a lifestyle. I only started going to yoga because all of my friends were going to yoga, and it was basically a social activity. So I started going to yoga and I fell in love with it. The same thing goes for hiking, eating healthy. In the mornings, my friends would go to vegan brunch places, and that made me have a much more plant-based diet. So I was really, really healthy during that time. Juices, going to grab a juice is a very social activity rather than like grabbing coffee or grabbing wine. Everybody in LA is very health conscious and fit. Okay, that's a generalization, but overall, everyone in LA is very health conscious and very fit. By the nature of just wanting to hang with your friends, you end up going on a lot more hikes, you end up doing a lot more stuff in the outdoors, surfing, paddleboarding, like things that get your muscles going, get your cardio up, get you really, really engaged, and you just tend to eat healthier. And a lot of these like vegan restaurants have like really amazing chefs, so it's actually like the cool trendy places to eat as well. So I would say if you live in LA, you'll learn that health is really just a lifestyle. Like it's not something like, oh, I have to go to the gym. It's just like, all right, we wake up, we do our things, like let's get going for the day, you know, like maybe we'll go to the gym, maybe we'll go to a yoga class, blah, blah, blah. It's very social and it gets everyone really involved, and therefore it just kind of becomes a part of your daily life and like becomes a part of who you are. It becomes ingrained in you. So like even when I was on vacation, I'd end up, you know, being like, let's go for a hike, let's go like do a Pilates class at their local Pilates place, or like yoga class. There's so many great yoga teachers around the world. Let's see what they have to offer. And I mean, it's great. It kept me healthy, and I think I'm still pretty inclusive of healthy habits in my lifestyle because of it. Lesson number 4. LA is very driven by Hollywood. So there are a lot of really beautiful people around you all the time. Basically, think about your entire Instagram feed and all the like very pretty models who just like trounce around and they're like, la da 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 da, look at my small little waist, my perfect little abs, my big full lips that the doctor just injected in me. They are everywhere. And on top of it, like every business meeting, you're sort of like being compared to these people, and you're everyone's like talking about these people, they're using them as examples, and it can definitely get really daunting and scary. You learn that you just need to be like your happiest, healthiest self and be confident and not buy into like the media bullshit. I wouldn't have gotten to the point where I am with self-love if it wasn't for living in LA, because I was constantly challenged by this idea of perfection and constantly challenging back with, okay, I don't have that, but I'm me and I have this to offer. And I think people sort of actually responded to that because they responded to the fact that I was still really confident, even though I wasn't like picture perfect. And it made, like, I ended up having really great opportunities. And I think it really is going to serve me in the long run, because I'm able to sort of like distance myself from that idea of perfection, from the idea of the movie star, from the idea of the like Instagram girl model. And I think I now make choices regarding like beauty or body based off of happiness versus expectations. Number 5, lose that judgment, girl. That's right. Lose it. I would say moving from New York to LA was a big shock for me. New York is a little bit more rigid in the way that they think about things. It's very like, wake up, go to work, have good style, like, you know, be this, be that, blah, 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 fit in this mold, da, 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 da. And LA is kind of like, it's chill, be who you want to be. Do you want to fill your face with fillers? Do it, girl. Do you want to, like, you know, smoke weed all day and just go to yoga? Do it, girl. Like, you want to be like the biggest actress in the world? Do it, girl. You want to be a fitness instructor? Do it, girl. You want to, you know, marry a 60-year-old man and just live off his money? Do it, girl. And these people are all really wonderful people with very different lifestyles. You just sort of learn to like appreciate that and not have judgment. Like, I never thought I would do yoga, ever. And now I like think it's one of the most important things in my life, and that it serves me in so many ways. I never thought that I was like the kind of person who would like jump into a cuddle puddle and just be like, yay, love for everybody, woo woo, because like New York, like you don't hug, you just like, it's handshakes. Like maybe you get a double kiss, maybe like if it's a close friend you do hug, but like you just hug everybody in LA. Like I'd go into meetings and I'd be like, oh, I'm a hugger, and they'd be like, yeah, it's LA, like whatever. So I would say, sorry, my hair is like really like all over the place today, so I'm just like, get off me. So I would say like that I really changed in LA, and you also, you know, really learn to like appreciate people based off of their merits and not necessarily where they came from. Like there are a lot of people who started off very wealthy, like their parents are very wealthy, they are, you know, like the rich kids of Instagram kind of level of wealth, but then you see the things that they've built for themselves and the stuff that they've gone out and got like for themselves and that they worked really hard for, and you just have to sit back in like admiration for them instead of being like, oh yeah, but they already had a leg up anyway. I just think like that kind of judgment doesn't have a place in LA because everybody's so different, and like I said, there are so many people trying to achieve their big dreams that you just really end up learning to be like happy for other people and accepting of everyone's background no matter where they came from, and accepting that like some of your friends want to drive out to the desert and have like a 3-day Molly binge, and if that's not your thing, that's okay, and they don't judge you for it and you don't judge them for that, and it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, or that like there are all of these people who are very, very wealthy and like, you know, just spend like most of their time in Barney's buying like, you know, $2,000 handbags every single week, and that's okay too. Like that's your lifestyle, you're still a good person. So I think you really kind of learn to like drop the judgment at the door, because otherwise you'd be very lonely in LA, but also you wouldn't really learn anything, like you wouldn't grow, and you also would miss out on meeting some really freaking awesome people. So I would say that kind of judgment that I think is pretty prevalent in a lot of other cities gets sort of dropped in LA. I definitely would say that these are like the top 5 things you learn living in LA and really like making the most of your time there. And if you guys have any more, comment below. I would love to read them. I would love to hear them. Obviously, these are like the more important ones. Like there are so many funny ones, like learning that the best weekend to ever be in LA is during Coachella weekend when no one is there and you can just like drive around like, I'm free, there's nobody on the road. You know what I mean? So it's like the best time to visit LA. A few things I find most important in the lifestyle of LA. So if you guys have more, please comment below. I'd love to see them. Otherwise, thank you for watching. As I said, if you like this video, thumbs up, and if you like me and the content that I'm bringing you guys, subscribe. As always, feel free to comment with video ideas because I love working with you guys and hearing what you have to say. Other than that, have a wonderful day, and I hope that maybe I inspired you to go on a trip to Los Angeles. Bye.